So today I'm going to show you how to be more productive throughout your day and also be more productive if you're creating YouTube videos. Hey, my name's Anthony and I'm going to be sharing with you some of my top tips when it comes to being productive on YouTube. Now, I've been doing YouTube over a decade and nearly YouTube full time for a decade, and this is super exciting because the tips I'm going to share with you are really things that I have learned through experience and also things that I wish I knew when I first started doing YouTube videos. So how do you be more productive and why would you even want to be more productive? Now, being productive can be viewed in many different ways, but when I mean by productive, I mean that you actually have a task list of things to do. You're able to do all those task lists. You're not getting burnt out and you're just being very efficient when it comes to creating content or doing anything outside of YouTube. And again, you can always transfer these skills that I'm going to share with you from YouTube to your daily life. And I promise you, you will see an improvement. So if you want to work on being more productive, I want to first start out by saying that you should write a to-do list. Now, I know this can be seen as old-fashioned, but to-do lists are by far so essential when it comes to structuring your day, also being productive, I feel like, on YouTube. Now, you can also use programs like Notion, which I also use, or again, you could just go with a good old pen and paper. That is by far my to-go-to. So every day I wake up, whether that's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I always write my to-do list, and I even write my to-do list before I go to bed the night before. So really planning what you have to do the day before really helps you out with your productivity because you wake up having a list of things to do the next day. So I can highly recommend that. Again, I do this almost every day. If I don't write it at night, I do write it first thing in the morning. So before I go to bed, I will write down, okay, what do I need to record? What do I need to do? I'll even separate the list of things. So tasks throughout the day, videos I need to make. So when I wake up first thing in the morning, I come to my desk, I have my list of things to do already done for me, which I've already pre-planned. Now, this next one is going to be really interesting because it is something that's actually quite difficult to do and something that I'm still working on, but I'm almost there, and that is focus on one thing. Now, what I mean by that is if you have something to do, let's say you have a to-do list, which we just talked about, which you should be implementing, just focus on one thing at a time. Now, I have a bad habit of multitasking and doing multiple things. If you follow me on the other channels, you know that I run multiple channels. I like doing multiple things. I have the capacity for it, but I also do get help with it, which I'll talk more about that as well with being more productive and getting help. But however, if you can focus on one thing until completion, you'll be much better at getting that one thing done correct than splitting your focus off doing multiple things and not, again, focusing on that one thing that needs to get done. So you'll be a lot better just looking at the one thing you need to do, doing that, and then moving on to the next and not trying to do 5 or 3 things all at once, thinking that you're saving time when in reality, you can just do it right correctly because all your focus is there and then just move on to the next. So for an example, some things that I would have done or may do at times is, let's say I'm editing a video and I'll stop the video, I'll start making the thumbnail, or I'll be making the thumbnail and then oh look, I need to write an email. I can do that very quick. So it's just really, telling yourself, okay, no, this is the one thing I need to do. I'm gonna focus on this until completion. Now, this next tip is by far one of the biggest ones ever, especially in this day and age, and that is really eliminating distractions. And again, it goes back to really just focusing on what you're doing, especially that one thing. And something that I fall, I guess, in somewhat of a trap to is that I have 2 monitors, dual monitors, and sometimes I will be editing a video on one and watching a podcast on the other, or listening to music on the other. And in reality, that is distracting me. I know it is because I can't really listen to a podcast and grasp what I'm learning there while also focusing on something that I'm working on. And so half the times what I do now is I just turn off the monitor completely and just focus on one monitor. But if you can get really good at eliminating distractions, that is going to really boost your productivity and it's going to save you a lot of time in the end, especially as this compounds and you're not doing this every day and you're really getting all these tasks done. One thing I also do is I completely remove my phone from the desk if I'm working. I move it out of the area, even if it's something that I have to do. Like I've been into reading a lot the past couple of years, and I just completely have my phone away when I'm reading. I'm not watching TV. If I'm reading, I'm just reading. If I'm recording, I'm just recording. I'm not trying to do multiple things at once. And it's so easy to get distracted these days, and you may be doing something busy and working, and the next thing you know, you're looking at your phone, scrolling up, watching TikToks or videos, and then you don't even realize how you got there. But then while you're doing that, let's say half an hour passed. And if you do that a bunch of times throughout the day, you've just technically wasted, 3 hours of your day. Now, those steps will already help you be productive. And even with that, I want you to take breaks. Taking breaks is something that's so key. And when I was really into just working a lot, like all the time, especially when you're on the rise of coming up on YouTube. So if you're just starting out, which I do believe that you do have to put some type of work in as well, like a lot of work at times, but strategic work, not just working hard and working long hours. Of course, when you're starting out, you don't know that. But something that is very key is just taking breaks, taking that time to let your brain chill and relax, and not working 24/7. Now, once you sort of master even these down, I promise you're gonna be more productive. Again, just removing your phone out of the way, whether you're doing homework or whatever task you're doing, is really going to help, especially if you know that you're prone to sort of use it and just pick it up so mindlessly. That's the thing, is just really being aware of what you're doing. So if you're doing something and the next thing you know, you're just on something else completely different, it's just being aware that, whoa, I was just doing this and now I'm doing this. Like, why did I stop doing this to do that? So again, being aware and just really paying attention to that one thing that you are focusing on. And I promise you, if you can get this down to a system that best fits for you, again, for me, my system is waking up very early. I've already written down my to-do list to do for the next day. So when I get up, I'm fresh, I'm ready, I can check and I see everything that I need to do. And of course, when it's written down, it feels so good to just cross it off, the thing that you've done. And that is by far one of the best feelings ever, which is why I really, and again, I always write things down with a pen and paper, pencil and paper, and I just cross it off, highlight it to just see that it's done. And if you are doing those steps, before you know it, your day is gonna be so managed, and you're gonna look up, you have all your things done that you need to get done and some, and you still have time left in the day. And again, this depends on your schedule, how much you're uploading, what you're doing throughout the day. And of course, things will come at you. You just can't do work 100% of the day, and no one works 100% of the day. Although we may say it loosely, you're not working, straight 100% of the day. And if you made it to this part, I want to share something special with you that I've been working on for a while now, and it's been on my mind for almost, I'd say 2 to 3 years, and that's building an online course, which I've actually started. So stay tuned for that, and that is going to help you start a YouTube channel from scratch. And I'm really going to focus on the mindset as well when it comes to doing YouTube, as I've been doing YouTube for so long, and there's so many things and so many little steps that you do not know and things to look out for, that I don't want you to make any mistakes or the same mistakes that I have. And that's the beauty of it, is that I think if you're able to grow channels and you're able to have that experience, again, 10 plus years of experience of being on YouTube, you're able to actually give that back. And so you won't make the same mistakes that I make and others have made, which has therefore maybe led them off of the platform completely. But had they known some of these steps, maybe they'd still be creating content today. So I'm super excited about that. And again, I've been working on that behind the scenes, but I wanted to share that with you, and I'll keep you posted. And if there's anything you would like for me to include in the course, or any questions that you have when it comes to building a channel or anything like that, make sure to comment down below. I'll be reading all the comments. But thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one.